Hi, I don't know if this video is going to help anyone, but here it is. So this is the way to log into our Clever website. Clever is used for our literacy and our literacy assessments. We do not use the writing portion right now as of July 2020. Our writing units come from Lucy Calkins, and Clever is basically our platform for reading assessments, and it also allows the students to access CERN, which is the math website. So with the credentials, we're going to log in. And of course, when I'm sharing my screen, it's going to be a little slower, so I apologize. All right. Okay, so you're going to log in, and what we will see first is the dashboard. Okay. Honestly, right now, I usually kind of ignore what's on top. I don't know if this is right. I'm just sharing some of the things I know, but you scroll down. So the first thing I would tell you is log in with the credentials and then scroll all the way down. The two apps that we use right now are the Benchmark app and the Zern app the students will use. However, if you click the Zern app, it's also going to give you feedback for how your students are doing. So let's click Benchmark for the sake of just looking and exploring through the reading platform. So once you click the benchmark, you want to make sure that you are clicking the right benchmark. There's several versions of benchmark. Like I have a daughter who was in first grade and she's using a different form of benchmark. Again, because I'm sharing, it's always slow. But so you want to definitely make sure that you're clicking Benchmark Advance. That's the program that we're using. Okay, signing in. This is a very broad platform also. So I always, kind of let everyone know that you have your assessments, but you also have a level library in here also. So I'm going to click Benchmark Advance. The books are leveled. So on the left side, just learning how to read this dashboard, on the left side, you're going to have your grades, you're going to have each unit, and you're going to have the week. So for example, if you're on unit 1, week 1 would be here, week 2 would be here. Also, you can filter through some of the other things, such as assessments. When it's time to give an assessment, you can go right to the assessments. I really enjoy using this margin here. So for example, let's filter it through. So we're in 4th grade. So I'm going to click grade 4. It's only going to bring up grade 4 materials. Then let's just say that we're going to start with unit 3. Sometimes we do skip around units in this district. Miss Yanikos and Miss Park are really good with, giving us the pacing and telling us which unit we're going to work on. So again, so let's kind of think about this. So we said we're 4th grade. The unit is 3. So you want to make sure you're on the right unit. It's going to bring up basically everything in regards to that unit. The gear, which is the setting button here, you could see that it's going to allow you to do things like open or preview. You can add it to your bookshelf. I don't usually add things to my bookshelf, but for example, you can see on this right side here, I was using this for unit 5, grade 4. So that was something. But if you click it, it's giving you the option to open. So also TRS, I believe that's a teacher resource. So this would be the teacher's guide. So if you clicked on this, it will provide you with everything that the actual teacher guidebook would have. It would provide you with the standard for that lesson. It would provide you with the objectives, with the student activity, and it's a scripted lesson, basically, which is nice because you'd rather have more than less, so you can kind of comb through it and pick through it. So this is the essential question for the whole unit. I would probably post this essential question somewhere the students can reflect on that question in regards to each strategy that you're teaching. So obviously this is going to be like an intro video. So if you use this as a teacher resource, let's just click week 1. Let's pretend that we just started this. And again, this video is just for the sake of just exploring what kind of things are in here. So for example, although this looks intimidating, it's day 1 through day 5. It's a comprehensive guide. You can kind of see what's to come throughout the whole wide span of a week or two. But what I like, again, is the left margin. I noticed that in Clever platform, the left margin is really essential. It gives a lot of information. So for example, you could see what each lesson is going to provide for you and the students. So for example, lesson 3 is reading a mentor informative text. Lesson 4, structures of part of a text. So you can kind of get a sense of what you're teaching just by looking at these different lessons. If you click on the lesson here, it's going to show you everything you need as if the book was in your hand. The unit introduction, it's also going to show you that little, those intro pages that every lesson has. What the students will be able to do. Sometimes I just pull 1 or 2 of these. Obviously, since we've moved to the virtual platform, some of them, it's a little difficult. You have to find ways for the students to collaborate with their peers. That could be a Google Meet where you talk about a reflective question or vice versa. So what I like here is that they still give you the table like a teacher's book would. These are things that we typically would have turned into an anchor chart. You'll notice a lot of the lessons from grade 4 have already been developed. So we have lots of documents that the teachers already made that include this table. Same thing. So here's the standards down here. Every lesson obviously has to have a standard no matter what district you're in. And basically that is what, that is a resource that Clever is offering right now. It's all of the teacher guides. Now the videos are here. The read aloud, all of these are supplementals. We've used these in different ways. This is a student ebook. So if you click on it, it will read the book to the students. If you want to slide down, this is your dashboard. So it's a lot of information on here, but don't let it intimidate you. Remember, the left margin can filter out what you're looking for. So again, this is the whole group presentation, Unit 3. It's still bringing up all of Unit 3's components. Now here's the close reader. The close reader is pretty important because the students now have a chance to read it on their own. So if you hear any noise, I'm sorry, that's my dog being let out. So you can open that. The students know how to do this. All of the students have been a part of the virtual learning. So they are all familiar with either clicking a link to get that close reader, or they are used to accessing Clever to get that close reader. And again, my apologies, my computer is running slow, but you get the point. I think this is worthwhile, especially if this is your first time on Clever, or we don't usually, well, I don't usually do a customization. So the students pretty much just press no. But obviously here's the close reader. It's taking a while to load, but I think you get it. So the students have their copy of what you are teaching and what you expect them to read on their own. This is all grade level text. For differentiation in special ed and ESL and all of those things, all of those components are also there on your dashboard. They give you different ebooks. Those ebooks can be leveled to students who need a lower level text as well. So you could still teach main idea. You're just using the student book and other e-readers and leveled books. So obviously, if I press play, it's going to read it out loud. If I press the bottom of the page, it should turn it. There you go. Here's some annotating for text. This is a big deal. We've taught this since who knows when, 2nd grade maybe. The students are aware. This is how I annotate my text. The really cool thing about this, if you press the scroll button, it's going to give a margin where you can actually, the students can type here. So it's pretty cool. I'm going to just watch our time and show you some other things. So here's that library of just, it's just a plethora of books and articles, fiction, nonfiction. You have Reader's Theater. That's why I said this is really comprehensive. There's a lot of things you can do with this left side. It's letting me scroll here. Okay, there it is. So here's the levels. You can just click the levels as well. So I hope you understand how much of a resource this Clever is. As of July 2020, I imagine we're still using Clever for next year. So I hope this video was helpful. You can use my credentials to log in. until you get your own. And that is pretty much it. Just also remember that Clever platform also gives you the access to Zern, the math website. And okay, finally, that's it.